Hey guys, Sha of Paradox here. I'm just gonna go over my solo spec. I solo everything I can, or everything I do in Retribution. I don't use protection or anything, mostly because, well, I don't play protection. But anyway, this is the spec I use. For this talent here, you could probably use long arm of the law, or I like Pursuit of Justice because of the constant passive movement speed. On some fights where you might need like a short burst of like a lot of speed, but you don't need it very often, you could probably use Speed of Light. But even then, long armor of the law would be pretty good. It's not much less, and you could keep it up almost if you have a lot of haste, because it gets reduced by haste, the cooldown of it, so you can keep it up more often. What's the cooldown on it? Yeah, mine's 4.58. I've got 31% haste. Repentance I find is pretty good for just soloing the trash before bosses. It's a long-term CC ability that can be used on just about everything. This tier is kinda iffy. You probably could use Selfless Healer if you didn't need a lot of healing, but I like Eternal Flame because I use Divine Purpose as well. It doesn't do like excess healing, but I get to keep up that heal over time buff. Like let's say I used Templar's Verdict and procced my glyph of Templar's Verdict to take reduced damage, and then it gave me Divine Purpose. I could still heal myself afterwards, so it's just something I find very useful. Sanctified Wrath, you do lose a lot of burst by not taking this, but I find staying alive he'll do more damage. Just my opinion. For this, you could use Hand of Purity if you know that you're gonna get a big dot on you. Like, I didn't use this for the Sha of Doubt when I probably could have. The dot was doing like the most damage to me, or second most. His melee attacks were, but Unbreakable Spirit I just find is better because it basically puts it on the same cooldown of Hand of Purity, but it's a 40% magic reduction, which you could turn into 20/20. So you'll be reducing like a dot or something, while still reducing the melee damage of the boss. And then this, if you find you're gonna take a lot of damage, you probably could use Holy Prism, because it's gonna be either a big burst of healing on you, and some at least a decent amount of damage. That 35k from the like AoE thing it does would be increased by Inquisition, as well as the large burst of damage it would do if you decided to use it on the boss. This would probably be pretty good for like AoEing mobs, but you could probably use Light's Hammer if you wanted to do that. But yeah, that's my spec. And for glyphs, Venging Wrath is really good, just because you're going to be healing yourself for a little bit more, while still doing a lot of burst. Templar's Verdict. It says Templar's Verdict in the name, but it works with Exorcism too, and because you get that procced, you could potentially keep that up like almost the whole fight, but RNG will always prevent that from happening pretty much. And lastly is Glyph of Divine Storm. If you're going to be AoEing, this is a good way to like keep AoEing down the mobs, but keep yourself up a little bit as well. And yeah, it's a spec that I run for soloing things. I also have Crystal of Insanity. You guys might not have that, but I find it's pretty useful. You could just use a flask, but this increases my health, intellect for healing, strength, and well, agility too, but it's not as important. I also have a food buff. I'm running out of food, but I'm probably not going to buy more. I just had these because I was doing Brawler's Guild. And I use Blessing of Kings. You could use Blessing of Might, but I don't know why. More burst, I guess, from your mastery. Yeah, good luck in any soloing you guys do. I'm on my Paladin Guilt. He's currently 537 item level and has the Legendary Cloak. I'm not sure how much gear you're gonna need depending on what class you play, and some classes this might not even be possible. I'm going to show you guys how to solo the Sha of Doubt, not only just killing him, but I'm going to try to do the achievement called Seeds of Doubt. Now, because I'm only one person, I wasn't able to get the achievement cleaning up, but if you get a decent group, or if you actually look for a group, I'm sure you could do that, no problem. Just kill this boss before you kill that boss, and then you just kill this guy. But I'm gonna give it a go, and I'll show you guys what to do for the Seeds of Doubt, assuming I get that far. Here we go. Now, because there's only one of me, that's actually gonna probably play in my favor. Because I won't have to fight many of these things during this phase right here, Bounds of Reality. All I gotta do is kill this thing, like the one, and he doesn't gain a buff or anything. Now, you saw the crystal that was over there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the boss as low as I can, and then once I see that the phase is gonna come up, so this Bounds of Reality there, I'm probably not gonna get him low as I want him to be for the next Bounds of Reality, but I'll do my best. Now, as you probably noticed, I'm getting procs. It's because I'm running with Divine Purpose rather than Sanctified Wrath. This is just for more healing procs. If I have to, I'm going to lay on hands, but I'm going to try to avoid that. Alright, sweet Bounds of Reality. This is actually pretty helpful for me because I can heal up there. There, back to full health. I might actually let this debuff go off before I kill this thing. I lied. Oh, he put it right back on me anyway. Whatever. Alright, I gotta keep healing myself. I'm gonna start kiting him a little bit. Now, the reason I'm waiting to use those is because they make you take increased damage. And he's already hitting me pretty hard. Well, he's not, but the buff sure is. The debuff, I mean. Hope it's not a buff. Actually, I wish it was. I'd click it off. Alright, I'm not doing as good DPS because can't, Templar's Verdict. I could, but I'd probably die. Alright, got myself back up to full health. Shaw's at 22%. I'm gonna bring him down to 15-ish. Actually, screw that, I'm gonna bring it down to 5. I'm using Seal of Insight, so I'm not gonna have a dot on him. Other than my hammer there. That's not gonna kill him, so. Alright, next Bounds of Reality. I'm going to use the crystals. Who knows, I might bring this guy down into one-shot range. Although I don't want my cloak killing him, so. Alright, this is perfect. There's a crystal, it hits me. This crystal, it hits me. Pop a little defensive there. Don't kill it, don't kill it, don't kill it. Get a little carried away there. Alright, now I kill this thing. I'm gonna bubble. And we go Jay. There we go. That's how you do it. That was my first ever attempt of actually trying it. Now, if you don't have like a paladin or something to cheese that buff at the end there, or debuff at the end there, then I don't know if it's going to be possible for you guys, but if you have a paladin or any class that you feel you're pretty good at soloing with, go for it. I'll see you in the next one, guys. It's good to be back.